Hi, welcome back. So we are about to start Ansible automation training. So today we will discuss about what all we are going to learn as part of this Ansible training. So I will walk through what are the syllabus we are going to cover, step by step, hands-on, and real-time use cases. Let's go inside. So Ansible automation, right? So in Ansible automation, what exactly we need in order to learn? We need 3 virtual machines. Each machine should be 1 CPU and one 512 MB RAM, and each 512 MB RAM for each machine. So one CPU 512 MB RAM, and here also one CPU 512 MB RAM, and here also one CPU 512 MB RAM. So this is the minimal setup. If you have, you can learn Ansible with real-time use cases, with hands-on, with step-by-step. Let's go further. We will discuss about a couple of concepts before going to that syllabus. First of all, many people, they are worrying on Ansible or Terraform. It's really coding, right? So those who are not from programming background, for Ansible, you no need to worry. All you need to do is if you have Linux admin knowledge, then learning Ansible is pretty much really straightforward. It's very easy, right? So how you need to learn is use the Ansible help modules to construct the necessary playbooks. If you do that, then it will be easy for you to create a actual production playbooks. If you understand the actual logic, then you can create a multiple reusable roles. We will cover one by one, right? And we will discuss about Ansible introduction. Why Ansible? For what purpose we are using Ansible? And what are all the areas we need Ansible? What are the areas we don't need Ansible? And where and all Ansible is getting boom? And also how to configure privilege escalation, how to configure particular remote user. Because if you go to any project, the project will use some system user, which you need to know how to configure it, right? And also you need to understand about the inventory, local inventory and shared inventory. Because if you are going to any project, there will be a multiple environments, dev environment, SIT environment, UAT environment, and pre-prod environment. In some project, the environment name is different, right? Name will be different, but the concept is same. So we will discuss about the local inventory and shared inventory, and also how to write a YAML. This is where most of people, they are getting fear. It's a really straightforward, very easy. And how to concentrate on creating YAML first 4 to 5 lines. If you are able to create a first 4 lines without any indent issues, then you are good to proceed. Even you can create a 500 line YAML file without any issues. And we'll also discuss about every hands-on how to avoid indenting issues. And also in YAML file, there are some shortcuts we can discuss about how to set up your VIM editor, and also what are all ADA commands, what are all Ansible playbooks, and we will see some sample playbooks creation and all, and how to use modules, right? And whenever I want to create a reusable kind of a playbook, where the playbook has to ask every time the input from the user, end user, and what is the inclusion topic in Ansible, and also variables. What is local variable? What is global variable? How to control it? What is the use of it in Ansible? And fact, this is the really important topic. So we will discuss about what is factors, what is custom factors, and how to create a custom factors with a real-time playbook according to your condition, right? You will see there will be a 4-window concept. We will walk through one by one. And task, how to control loops, how to control conditions, and also how to control the failures. And block rescue, this also one of the very good concept we need to understand. We will go with hands-on with the example. And handlers and tags, this also it's a really important topic. And Jinja. So if you want to create a multiple reusable templates, right? So better go with the Jinja 2. If you have a massive environment, server infrastructure, then always advisable to go with Jinja 2 templates, right? Jinja 2 templates, it can be reusable, and also it is basically a Python templating language. And Ansible Galaxy. So what is Ansible Galaxy? And in Ansible Galaxy, how we are going to map the roles which are already available. There are huge repository. We will discuss about Ansible Galaxy also, one of the real useful. If you are really not willing to spend much time, get the Galaxy related to what is your concept, what is your requirement, and download it, modify from there. So you will have the skeleton, basic skeleton. From there, you can develop on your own custom. Ansible Galaxy is very much useful. Ansible automation. So most of the people, they are working in Ansible automation and Ansible performance tuning and all, right? So when you face a lot of performance issues, then you should know how to customize your Ansible infrastructure. As a system admin, as an architect, as a subject matter expert, you must know what are the packages you are installing, what are the parameters you are configuring, what are the ports has to be configured, what are the inputs you have to given. So all those things you have to be careful, because each and every parameter will result in some performance issues. So if you understand the package level, security level, and configuration level, then you can create your own Ansible infrastructure in a better way. And Ansible Vault, so you can secure the vault. Ansible Vault is inbuilt. So if you can delegate, if you think there is some security apply in most of the playbooks, then you can use Ansible Vault to encrypt it, so that apart from the ownership, no one can see what is going on inside. And real-time use case, as part of real-time use cases, remember this program we started from fresher to level 2. So till level 2, I have listed down a couple of use cases. If you think there are a couple of use cases is not listed down here, feel free to submit, so that during the Ansible deep dive session, we'll also include in the deep dive training. So AWS cloud automation, using Ansible, how to automate AWS cloud, using Ansible, how to patch the servers, using Ansible, how to utilize the system modules, basically as Ansible system modules, and how to manage Windows using Ansible, how to create a custom module according to my each and every requirement, and using Ansible, how to create a systat automation monitoring, and using Ansible, if I have multiple nodes, clients, right, how to deploy a SSH keys. And if I have AWS cloud with multiple EC2 instance, how to collect the EC2 information using Ansible, and how to alert CPU usage. If CPU usage goes high, or particular monitoring parameters, then I need to get the alert. And memory usage alert, and URL monitoring, And in AWS VPN, if the VPN link goes down, how to do a monitoring using Ansible, and how to copy a files from Ansible server to all Ansible hosts. And another scenario is copy files in each node. So basically, I have my Ansible server, right? So I have a lot of clients, Ansible clients. So this concept is, if I execute the playbook, the file is going to be here within, from here to here within the node 1, from here to here within the node 2, from here to here within node 3. How to do that? This concept is, this is the Ansible server, right? So there are a lot of node Ansible clients. So from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, right? We'll see this also. And schedule. If I want to, if I execute some playbook, automatically that actual change should happen after 20 minutes. How to do that? And if you talk about storage, how to create a file system using Ansible, how to create a logical volume using Ansible, how to create a partition using parted using Ansible. And I have a lot of Linux servers, right? I have to register and subscribe all the Linux machines, right? How to do that? Using Ansible. And I want to reboot the servers. And after reboot, I want to ensure the server is up and running. I want to recycle the web service. So how to do that, right? So these are all we are going to discuss about as part of this Ansible training. Stay tuned. We'll come up with more hands-on sessions. For the next session is going to be how to set up Ansible lab in your laptop. Once that is finished, we will start one by one as part of this syllabus. Thanks everyone.